Hi, everybody, and welcome back to A Nerd, a Teacher, and a Hockey Player. A relevant yet irreverent look at business, technology, and life in Wichita or wherever you may be. I'm Paul, I'm the nerd.
I'm Kimber, and I'm the teacher.
I'm Jeff, I'm the hockey player.
Today, this isn't a great way to start this, but I got mad. One Source works with the triple H factor. We are helpful, we are human, and we are humble. And I want to talk about what that means. We get some customer feedback pretty often, and I keep seeing this thing where people don't like that word. They don't like the word humble. They don't think it's very appropriate. They don't think it belongs there. They have no idea why it is. So
we're going to talk about
it because yes, it does belong there.
So we're humbly going to talk about why humble is a good thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with this because this one is obviously near and dear to my heart, as I just sat up really straight and told you the business. In technology, there is this certain persona when you think of the guy who's going to come fix whatever just broke, and they are arrogant and they are unkind, and you should be grateful that you even have the opportunity to exist in the air that they breathe. And how dare you, stupid end user, even touch that technology? Right. And that's like a real thing.
I feel like Kimber's talking about me.
I am not. There has been a time when I asked you a computer question and you said, do you want me to walk you through it or do you want me just to fix it? And that was not unkind to me. That was very much a thank you for remembering that I don't want to fix this. Here you go. But I've worked with that person before and it is gross.
Yeah.
It is just, I don't like it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you kind of run into that in our industry a little bit sometimes.
And what I think is fascinating about it is it really appears to be our industry. I mean, I think back at interactions I've had with my car mechanic, my plumber, my electrician, all of those people that possess knowledge and skills that I don't have, and none of them look down on me and say, dude, you're a fucking idiot because you can't put a new flapper in your toilet. And just for the record, I can. But that's the best example I had for now.
I think specifically at our company, we lead with curiosity. How can I help you? What happened? How often is this happening? What is going on? We ask questions because we're not there when it happened. We're there after the fact to fix it. And our goal is for that end user to, one, feel like they know what to do the next time that this happens, and for two, to be able to get back to work. If I'm being verbally assaulted by some guy who hasn't taken a shower since 1999 and I'm not going to be able to get back to work, I'm going to think about that. I'm still obviously thinking about that particular interaction this many years later. That's not okay. Yeah. We're in a service-based industry. We provide a service. So in my mind, this is something that we hire for. We talk about it in interviews.
Yes, we do.
This is something that we talk about in our meetings all the time. How can we approach this problem, and how can we do that with curiosity while being humble? So I don't know. What does that mean to somebody else?
Well, something that Paul said that just resonated with me to kind of maybe jump in on is your HVAC, they have a skill, you don't have that skill, and they don't treat you like you should have that skill. Perhaps it's because we all use computers or a lot of us are on computers a lot for our jobs. But if there's anything that people should be a little bit more understanding of, it should be IT. To me, that's an area where we should be the most humble because they're constantly moving the fucking goalposts. I mean, there's constantly this thing that you got to watch out for, and then this security thing that you got to watch out for, and there's this constant attack. I mean, people aren't trying to get into my HVAC system and steal my money, right? So if there is an industry where humbleness would be well received,
it should be IT.
It should be.
And do you think, as an industry and as a society, do you think that's driven, the lack of humbleness unhumbleness, whatever the word is there that is not being humble. Do you think that comes from the stereotype of most of the people in our industry, that they are introverted and may or may not have perfect social skills, so they come across as being a little snarky with Kimber because she can't find the Control C on the keyboard, and
I am.
she's teeing this one up
Yes, she is.
real carefully.
I am one of those ambivert people. Like, I'll do it because it needs to be done, but I really don't want to. Like, I don't want to talk in public. I don't want to, like, that gives me anxiety. You want me to call somebody on the phone? No. But at the same time, I probably have 2 social skills, and there's so many thousands of them, but I'm never unkind to anybody.
Right.
And I think, there's that bit of, I don't know what to do in this situation, so I'm going to revert back to authority because I feel comfortable in it. And I do understand that because sometimes I do that. But why? Why do we do that?
I don't know.
I'm asking you, Jeff.
I don't know. I have a question. So,
Okay.
so if somebody, we've talked before how you've got a green thumb.
Yeah.
You love to work in the garden, and
Do plant shit.
she plants shit, and she's really smart about this. I've asked her, my wife has asked her questions about that shit. I'm gonna drop some F-bombs in. I got
I'm so excited.
$5 that's just burning a hole in my pocket. I want to give it away. When somebody comes up to you, they don't know the difference between an annual and a perennial. Are you like,
No.
why are you even fucking into this? Why are you even
No.
here?
No, I'm like, oh.
You're more humble.
I'm like, I love this question.
Exactly. Right.
What do you want? Which thing do you like?
Yeah.
Let's talk about resources. Let's talk about color. Let's talk about all these things in your soil substrates and all these things. And this is what you would like to have in that space. And what did you see that made you think, I want one of those? What did that look like? Did that look like it was a lot of work? Do you have that much time? Like, I go through this whole thing.
Right.
And I probably overwhelm people who are just like,
It's like,
I should have just Googled this. Oh my God.
goodness gracious. Thanks, ChatGPT.
Well,
But
but no, I get excited. I want to talk to people about it.
I don't know. I feel this in our industry. So there's an example of how in the area that you're really, a lot about, and marketing too, but you're going to be humble.
Yeah.
Because
you can be an expert, but not arrogant.
right.
And you should be.
And you should be. This is a characteristic we look for in our team members, our technical people, especially the soft skills and the humbleness. But I still can't quite put my finger on why it's such an important thing, I think, for IT, because, and one point might be that, everybody knows enough to be dangerous.
I typed into the Google machine.
Right.
And this is what it told me to do.
It could be, I don't know. Why is it that do you think it, Paul? Do you think that our industry is?
I think there's a subset of our industry that is more arrogant and more cocky than I would like for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of the point that Kimber's trying to get at is, when we survey clients and say, was this particular employee of ours, this team member of ours that you interacted with, were he or she humble? Or did they come across as arrogant and say, you're an idiot for not knowing how to do that. Here's how you do it, and maybe you shouldn't be using a computer. And I'm almost wondering if it's in big sweeping stereotypes,
Right.
big, really big stereotypes. I think it's safe to say that there's a portion of our industry's population that perhaps were bullied in school.
That's a
Fair assumption?
That's a
fair assumption.
And I like where you're going with that, because that
So-
kind of
so
does
let's
help.
say-
Maybe
Let's say
Give some-
theoretically, now, Jeff, you bullied me when we were in middle school. Probably not, because I probably was still twice your size, but that notwithstanding. Now here's my chance
yeah,
to pay back.
right,
You're a freaking idiot.
yeah. You don't.
Yeah. Remember that time you did? Yeah. Remember that wedgie? You're a freaking idiot. Can everybody believe that Jeff can't do a print screen? Can you believe that Jeff doesn't know how to duplex on the printer? You know. So here's kind of maybe my bullied, introverted,
get back
adolescent nerd self's chance to get some fucking retribution. Okay, I got to dial it back. I have 2 quarters left.
I got you covered.
Okay.
Clink, 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 clink. We're doing some work for charity today, folks. There we go.
Hold on, I'll just be doing this. So let's talk about that bullying. Let's talk about that while I'm doing this. At what point do you just gotta freaking let that go?
I know.
I have
know.
25 cents left. I can't swear either. Okay, I have.
Jeff's got a Jeff.
1,
Jeff,
2, 3, all
Jeff
together
finally
now.
brought money.
What? So I have shared that there is a person that my person works with that this guy, oh man, it's on site. I see this guy, I just gonna take him out. And you were like, hey, you gotta let that go. And you were like, no, you don't. Yeah, the angel, the devil over here, it's amazing. Don't do that.
Jeff and Paul.
So at what point as an adult do you just
Let it go.
let it go? Be the bigger person.
And I think that comes down to emotional maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be more emotionally mature than Jeff
Okay.
because I'm the one that's willing to say, just let it go. Be the bigger person. And Jeff's like, no, kick his ass.
Kick his ass, Chip.
Kick his ass.
Here.
Drop the
I
gloves.
was like, yeah, I got that one. And
Make
then
it, make it worth your while.
And then here's this one. Yeah, drop the gloves and make it worth your while. There you
Right.
go. You finally got it in there.
I
I don't know. I think people are mean to me. I'm like, okay, what a loser. And then I like move on with my life. You're mean to my people though. Like
now you're
The gloves are off.
Yeah,
gloves
the
are
gloves are off.
We got to have a whole different conversation. And I don't know. Maybe the nerds need more friends.
well.
I'll be your friend, nerd. I'm actually really good at it.
It's really fascinating though. One of the questions on our interview process when we're hiring staff is, most users on the network are blank.
I love that.
And if you're applying for a job, we have some that are open. If you're applying for a job, here's your cheat code.
yeah, come humble.
Yeah, come humble. We've had people answer that and say they're just trying to get their job done and they don't want technology to get in the way. Ka-ching, ka-ching, you're kind of sort of hired. I had a guy once answer that and say, idiots and don't deserve to use technology. And yeah. I didn't end the interview that very second, but it kind of was circling the drain really fast after that. But that's the whole gist of what that question gets to is, can you put yourself in that end user's position?
Absolutely.
In our client's position, and explain to them something as a human and have some empathy and understand where they're coming from and why it's a problem for them, even though it's not a problem for you, and you can probably solve that with your eyes closed driving 60 miles an hour. But you need to put yourself in their shoes and be, what's the H word for today? Humble. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to be humble and understand that just because you know something doesn't mean they do, and have a little freaking empathy.
Have some empathy. Just don't be a
dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Be humble.
Be humble.
Thanks for watching.
Take care.
See you next time.